want to learn faster than 99% of musicians. There's one simple habit almost everyone ignores, but I've used it to help over 2,000 musicians level up their skill and improve their performances beyond recognition. So in this video, I'm going to show you what this habit is and exactly how to use it to break through your own plateaus. But to explain it properly, I first need to take you way back to 2007. Here I am, rocking up for my very first lesson with Chris Allard, a top London jazz guitarist. And I'm nervous, but the lesson seems to go well. I play what he asks, follow his advice, and I head home feeling, well, not amazing, but solid enough. I put the kettle on, press play on the recording I made of the lesson, and nearly spit out my tea, because what I heard was not what I thought I played. Instead of sounding solid, my playing was weak, apologetic even. The notes were there all right, but with all the punch of a soggy biscuit. Now, there was some great playing on the recording, but it was all Chris, and his playing just made my own efforts sound more feeble. But even without that comparison, the gap between what I thought I played and what I actually played was huge. This accidental recording exposed the truth. Painful, yes, but so powerful. And listening back just once flipped a switch I didn't even know need flipping. Suddenly, I could see what needed fixing, and that changed my playing more than anything else I'd done in years. But the saddest part was that I could have made that change so much earlier if I'd just recorded myself and listened. You see, recording yourself is probably the most underused tool for musical growth. And once you understand how to use it well, the results can be astonishing. I see this with my Unlock Your Performance students all the time. When I get them to record themselves and listen back carefully, they spot major issues they'd never noticed before. They stop waiting for someone else to tell them what's wrong. They know exactly what to do next. And the breakthroughs they make are huge and rapid. The proof is right there in their before and after recordings. Just listen to Janet, who started recording herself the way I teach. I now record myself regularly. It has become an integral part of my practice. In the past, I waited until I thought a piece was almost ready for public performance before recording, if ever. I now wonder how I ever managed to progress. But most people who record themselves do it badly. Just pressing record and hoping for the best isn't enough. You need to know exactly what to record, what to listen for, and what actions to take next. And that's why I've created a simple checklist. Print it out or keep it on your phone and use it to get the most out of every recording session. Grab it at the link below. Now, let's go step by step through exactly how to record yourself so you improve faster than ever before. Step 1, pick a short passage. Don't overthink this. Just grab something you're already working on, a tricky phrase, a new section, or the bit that always falls apart when someone walks in. Keep it something short for now. Why? Because the goal is to make this so easy you can't talk yourself out of it. You absolutely can move on to record longer sections and full pieces later once you're in the swing of things. And don't waste hours trying to find the perfect bit to record. The magic isn't in making the best choices. It's in doing this regularly with good enough choices. Step 2, set up your phone. Nothing fancy here. You don't need a Hollywood grade setup. Just prop your phone on a shelf, lean it against a mug, whatever's handy. And don't worry about finding a great angle for the shot or even getting the sound quality perfect. If setting up becomes even slightly annoying, you'll be tempted to bail out. So make it stupidly easy. You want zero friction between, I should record this, and actually pressing that red button. Step 3, record one take only. Treat it like a live performance, no redos. Yes, this is uncomfortable. That's why it works. Because when you know you only get one shot, you get that little jolt of adrenaline, like stepping on stage. And that is great, because now you're practicing the real thing. Now you're playing through mistakes and having to stay steady when things wobble. You'll find out how you actually play when it counts, not just how you play when no one's watching. Step 4, listen back with total focus, but don't try to notice everything. Don't try for a single pass where you try to judge tone, timing, phrasing, expression, and oh yeah, now you hate your vibrato and you want to cry. No, split it up. First pass, focus just on rhythm. Next, dynamics. After that, expression or posture or whatever you care about. Target one thing per pass. You'll spot way more and you'll find it easier to be objective. Step 5, reflect and prioritize. Don't fixate on every little glitch. Trying to fix everything means you usually end up fixing nothing. Instead, pause. Ask, what actually matters? What would an audience really notice? What's the one thing that will move you towards your long-term goals the fastest? Your aim isn't to correct every last flaw, it's to choose wisely. Make an imperfect decision. Choose one thing to improve. Not 5, not 3, 1. Focus on that one thing and let the rest go. Yes, even the 7 other problems that genuinely could do with improvement. Let them go for now. You know you're becoming dangerous when you catch yourself saying things like, that intro was a mess. The phrasing wasn't great in the chorus and the tone was off everywhere. But right now, I'm just going to fix the rhythm in the last verse. Step 6. Create a targeted mini exercise just for that issue. If your timing was sloppy in bar 6, isolate just that bar, loop it, try it at half speed, try it without the instrument. Whatever helps you rewire that glitch, do it. The point is not to grind your way through the entire piece. You're searching for a way to treat just this one unique problem. It's that level of bespoke attention that gives outstanding results. Step 7. Repeat the process a few days later and compare recordings. Now, you'll probably want to skip this step because you are human, right? But don't. This is where you find out if what you did actually worked. Repeat the same drill. New recording, one take, same process. Then listen back and compare. Did you improve? No guesswork, just cold, hard evidence. And this is how you turn practice into progress and progress into confidence. And remember, you don't have to memorize all these steps. To make it really easy, I've created a quick checklist you can use every time you record yourself. Just print it out and stick it to your music stand, or keep it on your phone. Click the link below to grab it and follow along with the 7 steps every time. It could be the difference between nothing to see here and discovering the insight that totally transforms your play. So it's really worth taking the tiny bit of effort to use the checklist. But here's where we've got to move beyond the practical steps and talk about something that will make or break your progress. Your mindset. Too many musicians treat recordings like auditions. Every playback is a verdict. Did I suck? Yes or no? But you're not trying to sound good. You're trying to notice more. Like the detective at a crime scene, you're here to gather clues. You're learning to see what is actually happening, not just what your inner critic is screaming at you. And this takes practice. You'll want to leap straight to judging, or you'll cringe and stop the playback halfway through, or fixate on one ugly mistake and miss all the useful stuff. But none of that is the point. The point is to get curious. Curiosity is your superpower. So start asking detective-style questions like, what's really going on here? Where exactly does it fall apart? What do I tend to miss in the moment? How different does it feel versus how it sounds? These questions move you out of knee-jerk emotional reactions and into learning. But we're not done yet, because there are 2 big mistakes that can derail this whole process. I see them all the time, and they're why so many people give up before they see results. Let's break them down one by one so you can avoid them. The first mistake is using the wrong type of recording for the job in hand, because there are 2 main types of recording, and they do very different things. Big picture recordings help you assess overall musical goals, your tone, expression, posture, stage presence. They show you the forest, not the trees. But targeted recordings, they zoom in on a specific issue. One phrase, one transition, one bar. They track whether your fix is working. So use the big picture approach when you're looking to spot high-level issues in your music. This is great when you've got lots of time to make significant changes in your playing. And use a targeted approach when you want small, surgical improvements. This is ideal when a gig's getting close. And if in doubt, spend more time on the big picture. That's what shapes the audience's experience. If your timing's all over the shop, then polishing the dynamics in bar 6 isn't helping anyone. The second big mistake is sticking with something long past the point of enough. The trick is to recognize when you've made meaningful progress and then move on. This is going to feel uncomfortable because we all want things to be flawless. But the best musicians aren't perfect. They're ruthless about knowing what matters most and putting their energy there. Letting go of some problems is the only way to fix the right ones. That's how you improve faster than ever before and keep your sanity in the process. Now, to make it really easy to remember all these steps and avoid the mistakes, I've created a quick checklist. Just print it out and stick it to your music stand, or keep it on your phone. Click the link below to grab it. It's really worth taking the tiny bit of effort to use the checklist every time. It could be the difference between nothing to see here and discovering the insight that totally transforms your playing. But once you've used a recording to identify the most important thing, you still need to work on it in a way that actually fixes it. So watch this video next, where I share the 4 crucial practice tips that make sure the work you do turns into lasting improvement.